Orda presents Counter-Strike Global Offensive Etiquette, or How Not to Beat That Asshole. Here I'll present 10 different types of assholes that you could be, but you definitely shouldn't. Alright, let's jump into it. How not to be asshole number 1, the mute. Asshole number 1, the mute, doesn't use the microphone. Maybe he doesn't have one, maybe he's got one, he's just ignore it, but he's just not using it. If you're playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive on matchmaking, you should have a microphone, and you should use it. You should use it to tell your teammates where the opposition is going. You should use it to tell your teammates how much damage you've done to someone, or what you think their strats might be. And if you're using the text to communicate with teammates, stop it. I'm watching the screen for enemies. I'm not watching the text pane for you telling me that they're around A. Okay? Use the microphone. Don't be the mute. Asshole number 2, the chatterbox. Now this is the direct opposite of the mute. This guy has a microphone and he knows how to use it, and he uses it constantly. Let people think. Don't speak too much. Don't continue talking about what you did yesterday or what you're going to do today. Perhaps you've just been killed. Maybe you should, instead of raging at the enemy and telling me how much of an idiot and a faggot he is, why don't you tell your teammates where and how many enemies you've seen. So don't be the chatterbox. Let people think, let people play. If you've got nothing constructive to say, then shut the fuck up. Asshole number 3, not to be. I call him the big spender. This guy doesn't have any idea what an echo round is, doesn't know what a save round is. He just buys up every single round. Don't be the big spender. Save as a team so that you can have a chance of winning some later rounds. Asshole number 4, the egotist. This guy swimming in cash never drops for his friends. If one of your teammates needs a drop, and you got the money for it, you should definitely drop them a gun. This is good for you because, let's face it, a teammate with a gun is better than a teammate with a pistol. Asshole number 5, the Lone Ranger. Now the Lone Ranger doesn't listen to any strats, he just goes and does his own little thing. If you're playing on matchmaking, listen to the strats. And if you don't like what's going on, then perhaps you should try and call the next round. But for God's sakes, stick together. Teamwork is of vital importance here. Asshole number 6, the elitist. This guy is much better than one or more of his teammates. He decides that they're so shit that they're worth just abusing. That'll make them better players. I know, he missed that shot. Let's tell him how much of an idiot he is for the rest of the round. If you don't want to be this guy, how about you let some players that are worse than you know what they're doing wrong? How about you provide some constructive criticism? Or if you're not so sure, maybe just shut the fuck up. Asshole number 7, the deserter. This guy sees that the game isn't going too well for him and decides to quit, leaving effectively a 4v5, because let's face it, the bots in this game are basically slightly better than potatoes, but it's pretty close. Seriously, even if you're doing badly, just stay on and do your best. Focus on one aspect of your game, maybe just on crosshair placement. Try and do something. You're gonna be better than a bot. Asshole number 8, or what I call the death wish. This guy sees a teammate AWPing, and instead of going behind him like he should, he goes straight through in front of him. This really is a death wish, because if you go through the front of an AWPer, he's probably going to shoot you, or at the very least, not shoot the enemy. Seriously, just go behind the AWPer. It's not that hard. Asshole number 9, the Grinch. Now this guy doesn't say good luck, have fun at the start, doesn't say good half at the middle, and doesn't say good game at the end. Seriously, even if you've lost badly, even if the other guys are horrible, just be courteous. It makes all the difference. And finally, asshole number 10, the chauvinist. This guy thinks that make me a sandwich is a hilarious joke. This guy thinks that as soon as he sees a woman, he should tell her to go back in the kitchen. You fucking morons.
Nice.
If you do that, all you're doing is perpetuating the stereotype that we're all trying to shake. I would like to not be ashamed to admit that I play a first-person shooter. I would like to not be associated with the sexism and the chauvinism that is rife around the place. Seriously, stop being a chauvinist, more girls will play, and you're probably going to get luckier. So there you have it, the 10 types of assholes to avoid being. The mute, the chatterbox, the big spender, the egotist, the lone ranger, the elitist, the deserter, the deathwish, the grinch, and the chauvinist. If you are none of those assholes, you're going to get a lot more friends. You're going to be able to play with a lot more people that are friendly. You're going to have a much better time playing, and other people are going to have a much better time playing with you.